Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder trilogy fight. It is a done deal that this fight is not going to happen this year. Some would argue, given the fact that there's been reports that the rematch clause is about to expire, that it's not going to happen at all. I'm indifferent with this fight. You know, I've seen it twice. I kind of know the outcome of the third fight with everything that's been going on. I personally don't want to see it a third time. I think that certain fights for trilogies are good if they're competitive, if the first two fights are competitive, if there's like one guy won one guy won the other, let's do the trilogy, this, that and the other, if they're competitive. With this fight, we kind of know the outcome before it's even happened. Obviously Wilder is always dangerous with that right hand, but you just imagine that he is pretty much damaged at this stage. Well, before I actually go into this any further, watch to the end of this video, because I recorded like a 2-minute piece with regards a fantasy boxing league that me and a couple of other YouTubers are doing, free to everyone. So stay to the end. It has the details at the bottom of that, or it has the details in that video at the end, so stay tuned for that. Let's get back into this. It's basically been saying here, this is what it's stated. This is the, I think Mike Coppinger is the guy who's actually quoting this. It says, Tyson Fury is now confirmed he is not facing Deontay Wilder and instead plans to fight in the UK, which is good, on December 5th. That's a quick turnaround. I was expecting kind of closer to Christmas, like the 19th or so of December. Opponent is to be confirmed. Wilder and his team were messing around with the dates. They know how it ends. The world knows what. That's basically what Tyson Fury had to say. So they are looking for an opponent to be confirmed. Now I have heard, I done a live stream yesterday evening, and some people were saying Michael Hunter. Some people were saying that they're in discussions with Ajay Kabayel. Now Kabayel, to me, would be one that would make a good bit of sense, because he's not necessarily a dangerous fighter. He's not a massive threat. He's got wins over Derek Chisora, which is, you know, it is what it is. That's a decent enough win. Chisora was very demotivated in that fight. It was a snooze fest in Monte Carlo. I do worry if Fury fights the old kind of, you know, back foot move, and that could be a bit of a stinker, because Kabayel is not exactly, Kabayel is more a boxer as well, so you don't want it to be a pure boxing match. If this new Fury, who has the Kronk style, you know, where he's on the front foot using the jab, you know, walking guys down, that could be a decent fight. You know, I would make Fury firm favourite over Kabayel. Firm favourite. Another name that was thrown out was Michael Hunter. Now, Hunter wants smoke with everybody. He's a very, very good heavyweight. He's a very good fighter. I think that's a tough fight for Tyson Fury. Seriously, you're talking about a quick, short heavyweight, moves well. He's got decent power, nothing special. You know, certainly not a heavyweight, but he definitely isn't feather-fisted. Would he hit harder than Nevin Pajkic or Steve Cunningham? Oh, I'd say so. Definitely. You know, Michael Hunter definitely ain't feather-fisted. So, they're good names that are being chucked around. I obviously spoke about Oscar Rivas and the possibility of Luis Ortiz in a previous video. Ortiz now, I think, is fighting, I forget who they said he's fighting, but someone who's not that good in December some stage, probably on a PBC, so sure, that seems out the way. Rivas, we don't know. You know, I've heard very little, precious little from him, so we could be getting those kind of fights. Now, some people have said that the WBC may do an exemption and let Fury have someone in the top 20 as opposed to the top 15. I hope that's not the case, because it would follow suit with how Fury's career has gone, where you fight one good fighter who was world level and then you move it straight back down to a subpar level, which I personally don't want to see. I want to see Fury in there against some good guys. Obviously, you can't expect guys to fight, you know, top 5 opponents every other fight. You can't expect that, or top 10 opponents every other fight. But ideally, I'd like him to get someone in the top 15. Kabayel, Hunter, or Rivas, they're good names. You know, they're decent fights. They're decent fighters. Imagine a Hellenius or someone like that. I really don't want to see that. Jesus, no. So hopefully it's a good fight we get in Tyson Fury. But it looks like the Wilder fight is on his hands and knees for the time being. As I said at the start of the video, I personally don't want to see it. Really. Don't want to see that fight. I've seen it twice. Been there, done that. Don't need to go there again. So hopefully, we are getting Fury against AJ in the new year. Hopefully in the summertime we get Fury AJ. That's the fight I want to see. That's the fight everyone wants to see. It doesn't need to be for undisputed. We just need to get that fight made. I want to see that fight. I think everyone else wants to see that fight. That's the fight we want. Let's get that fight made. Deontay Wilder, look, in truth, I don't think he wants the rematch or the trilogy fight, but I think it's his team more so who want that fight. So, you know, let them all step aside. Let's get AJ Fury. That's what we want. That's what we want. So, like I said, peeps, I'm going to leave it here. Alright, you're going to see a video about our boxing league just coming up now in a sec. So stick around, watch that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, of course. If you haven't already, share it as well. As always, peeps, I will talk to you. Peace. So just as we finish up, right, I want to make you all aware of our fantasy boxing league that's going on. Me, Mark Unrivaled, D Jefferson, Speaker Mind Sports, Dell, Blue Collar Sports TV, we're all part of this little group. It is a fantasy boxing predictions league. Okay, a bit like kind of how football leagues and stuff like that go. It is completely free. It is available for everyone. Alright, so I'm going to tell you the rules real quick. It's going to be at the end of pretty much most of my videos for the next week, because the new season is starting this week. And basically how this runs is, it runs for 12 weeks. Fights that are happening on the weekend, and even some during the week, everyone can pick them. Alright, it's completely free, by the way, so there's no charge. Right, you're not charged or anything like that. You can test your skills against YouTubers, because you're predicting fights, so are we. So you're going up against some YouTubers and some former boxers. I'll just let you know, basically, just give you a little snippet as to how it works. Okay, so you pick the winner by KO or decision. Okay, so you're picking the winner. You could say, for argument's sake, you have Lomachenko winning by KO. If you just say KO, by default they'll give you the 6th round, because you have to pick a round as well. It doesn't mean that you lose if it doesn't happen in said round. You just don't get as many points. Alright, so the scoring system is, you get 5 points for selecting the winner, you get 5 points for selecting the correct method of victory, so obviously decision or KO. You get an extra 7 points if you pick the round, or if you pick a majority or split decision, right? You get 25 points if the fight is a draw, and obviously if the fight for any reason has been void or pulled or cancelled, you get 10 points just as default. Okay, so obviously that's how it works. At the end of every week, we always have a winner every week at the end of every season. Basically that's how it goes. You win the season. Now the winner will receive $150 or whatever sterling you use, or whatever currency you use, whether it's cash, dollars, or whatever. If you've got the most KOs, as in most KOs in specifically ground picking, if you know what I mean, or KOs I think as well, you get 50 quid, is vice versa for majority, split decisions, and draws. The email address, which is going to be at the bottom, we're actually going to put it up on screen there. I'm not going to say bottom, I'm just going to put it up on screen there real quick. Champs, so it's CAMPEZEE22 at yahoo.com. I'm also going to leave a link to that in the description of this video. So if you want, it's, like I said, it's free of charge. It's a good bit of fun. Me and a couple of other YouTubers are doing it. Give it a go. You can test your wits against some YouTubers. So season starts now with Lomachenko versus Teofimo. So obviously we get our picks in before then. Give the guy an email, he gets back to you fairly quick. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. So that's all I got to say to you people. Peace.